What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now SummerSlam may be in the record books, but there is still a lot of WWE news to talk about, including the question of Kofi Kingston's injury, and the question being, is it over for the New Day? But before we get into today's video, guys, we are 8 subs away from 200 subs. We are drawing so close to the goal of 200 subs. I know we can do it, guys. 200 subs before the summer comes to a close. And when that happens, I will open up this Korean Strike of Neos booster box in its entirety on the channel. As you guys can tell, it is completely taped, on the hopes to potentially pull this guy, Elemental Hero Air Neos, the so-called forbidden Yu-Gi-Oh card. Is it really forbidden? I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Now if this channel gets to excuse me, now if this channel gets to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it, on the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store. Excuse me. On the hopes to potentially pull my second ever Collector's Rare. Because it wouldn't be the first time that I pulled a Collector's Rare. Because I also pulled this. A Collector's Rare Beat Cop from the Underworld from Genesis Impact. I did a box opening of it about a few months ago. And this thing's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. I'm planning on getting this graded at some point. I don't know when exactly, but it has the potential to become a PSA 10. So if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and be sure to follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this: is it really over for the New Day? As in, like, will the New Day finally split up after almost 10 years? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm very curious of what you guys have to say, because there's a lot to talk about with this topic of Kofi's injury and everything. So for those who don't know, it's been almost 5 months since Kofi Kingston last graced the WWE universe with his presence, and supposedly he might be lacing up the boots once again. He was he was actually speaking during he actually talked about it during a Q&A session at with Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select. Big shout out, no copyrights as always. And apparently, Mr. Sapp noted how Kofi isn't, or actually rather, Sean Ross Sapp was actually talked about it during the Q&A session. My honest mistake. He said he noted how Kingston isn't too far off returning to TV. Excuse me. How Kingston isn't too far off from returning to the ring. So when he was asked about the status of Kofi and Big E, he basically said, "I was told that Kofi wasn't supposed to be that far off, but that was a week or two ago, I believe." Now, as far as Big E goes, we found out that apparently Big E was told to never wrestle again. So that actually is it's a bit of an interesting theory. It's a bit of an interesting theory. But for those who don't know about Kofi, he was sidelined with an ankle injury back in March on SmackDown. And this was right. I want to say this was literally about a month or two before the draft. Literally right before the draft. Which actually took place, which that injury came from Drew McIntyre landing on Kofi following Drew performing a dive to the outside of the ring, which was heartbreaking to see. But Big E's injury was just because of the fact that he broke his neck, and we found out that it was only his C5 and C6 vertebrae, I think he said last year, was I guess excuse me, was fractured, but no surgery was required. So that was pretty interesting. And now apparently Big E stated earlier this month, especially during Corey Graves' podcast after the bell, that he feels great and that that he doesn't feel like he broke his neck. So the crazy thing is that the only other New Day member that hasn't been injured and is 100% healthy, is Xavier Woods. But the last time we saw him, it was back in May 15th on Raw, where he lost to Dominic Mysterio with the help of the Judgment Day, which, again, that really doesn't surprise me. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. When it comes to Big E and the neck injury, excuse me, and the injury that he sustained, it comes down to whether or not Big E is truly able to come back to the ring. And we saw Nikki Bella came back to the ring. In fact, I think she suffered her neck injury, what was it, Night of Champions 2015? And other than that, when we saw her last at that time, it was WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, and then she came back to the ring semi full-time at SummerSlam, and that was when that was when she became a part-timer. We didn't see her at all. And what I find interesting is that the Bellas are now in the Hall of Fame. That's what I find so unique. That's how crazy good the Bellas had been since they debuted back in 2008, 2009, right around there. And for them to be in the Hall of Fame at this stage in their career basically just proves basically, it literally proves how many barriers that the Bellas were able to break down since their debut. And as far as Kofi goes, he himself had broke down so many barriers as a performer, as a person. That's what got him to becoming WWE champion back in 2019. It was incredible. It was obviously such an incredible moment. You really can't deny how good Kofi is, and the injury that he sustained the ankle injury. Obviously, it obviously now, if and when he comes back, it's going to limit his aerial abilities quite a bit, because of the fact that you have to use your feet a lot in order to be in order to be aerial. Now he has to be more of a technician, if you will, and be more of a ring general rather than using his high flying abilities to try and pick up victories. Will he still be able to utilize Trouble in Paradise, the SOS? Absolutely. He'll definitely be able to use those moves quite often, but how they get utilized will be up to him. And as far as Big E goes, him becoming more of a commentator rather than being a performer and all that, honestly, I'm not mad about the idea, because when you look at Edge's injury, he had to have triple fusion neck surgery and didn't come back to WWE full time until 9 years later. Think about that, guys. Think about that. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. I will say this: no matter when Kofi comes back to the ring, I have no doubt in my mind that he is truly deserving of being a WWE Hall of Famer. Big E, it's the same. Excuse me. It's the same thing with Big E. Actually, all the members of New Day, as a group, I have no doubt in my mind that they are deserving of being Hall of Famers. 12-time tag team champions. You cannot make that shit up. Legit, you cannot make that shit up. No cap. And that right there is what makes the New Day so special, is that they have won so many championships together over the years. I'm surprised that Woods has yet to win a singles championship in WWE. For all we know, he could come back to WWE and defeat Dominic Mysterio, and he becomes NXT North American champion. Is it possible? Absolutely. Is it bound to happen? Probably not, because it's the Judgment Day. They'll do whatever it takes to... They'll literally cheat to win, and... I think we might have seen that a couple times in the past, haven't we? I think we have. I'll say this. Big E coming back to the ring, I honestly don't see it happening. The injury that he sustained was so devastating, there's no way he can come back. Even if he comes back and he does wrestle, the moment he gets hit with a suplex or gets hit on his head, the neck will become a factor, and the neck will be broken. Will truly be broken, and he's gonna end up having surgery. That being said, I think his time is up. I think truly his time in WWE is up. And as far as the New Day splitting, as far as the New Day being over after almost 10 years, 9 years actually, funny enough, honestly, it's hard to say because as long as there are 2 members of New Day, they'll still be able to compete. I think the New Day will still remain, but as far as all 3 being together, I think it's done. I think it's done 100% because again, Big E's neck is definitely going to become a factor. Should he come back to the ring full time? And as far as Kofi goes, if someone targets that ankle and just completely shatters it, guess what? He's gonna end up having to retire, which would leave Xavier Woods to go at it on his own, and that honestly wouldn't surprise me. But at the same time, it would be heartbreaking. So, is it really over for? Is it truly over for the New Day? I think so. Personally, yes, I think so. As far as what the future would hold for Xavier Woods, honestly, the possibilities are out there, but only time will tell. I will say this to close out this video. I'll say this. No matter what Xavier Woods does in the future, he is going to have such a huge impact on WWE as a singles competitor. Big E had a lot of success as a singles competitor when both Woods and Kofi were injured during COVID, during the pandemic. A second Intercontinental title, Money in the Bank, WWE title. Think about that. Not only that, defeating Drew McIntyre at Crown Jewel, taking Roman Reigns to the limit at Survivor Series, back in 2021. Big E has done so much for WWE. I think, honestly, his time is up. As much as I don't want to say it, I think that the in-ring career of Big E is done. I think he's best suited now to potentially be on commentary, be more of a backstage producer or whatever. But whatever he does next, but whatever Big E does next, I think we're all gonna be on his side, as will Kofi. I think no matter what he does next, there's nothing left for him to do. He's already won he's already become WWE champion, tag team champion, US champion, IC champion, NXT tag team champion. He's done it all. He has done everything that there is to do in WWE. And I think if there was one accomplishment that I would want to see him do, I think it would have to be winning the Royal Rumble. I think that would probably be the highlight of his career, and potentially becoming World Heavyweight Champion. He's already been WWE Champion. Why not go after the World Heavyweight title? Or maybe even also the Undisputed Universal title. Only time will tell. But with that being said, guys, that brings us to the end of this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.